And Ray, very keen to see how these opening sets unfold. Queensland received in game 1. Josh Dugan caught the football on his own try line at the end of the opening 6.
So Queensland kick off. Gallen brings it back, and that doesn't surprise anybody. Probably one of the smallest front rowers Origin has ever seen. In fact, I was watching him interviewed the other night by Andrew Johns. He's not as tall as Andrew Johns. Probably the greatest number 7 to play the game. Soward in the headgear. Scott is with the ball. And for the Blues to be successful tonight, Jamie Soward and Mitchell Pearce, they have to kick as well as their famous counterparts, Jonathan Thurston and Darren Lockyer. Here's the first clear. Soward involved immediately. Not one of his better kicks, but he rakes it away, and it goes over to the left side of the Queensland side.
And Rain, game 1, it took Jamie Soward 17 minutes to put boot to ball. 43 seconds tonight.
So here's Greg Inglis, that is. He and Billy Slater 2 tries away from equaling the Dale Shearer Origin try-scoring record. And now Thurston gets pulled to ground by Gallen. He looked like he had been javelined into the ground, but in fact it was very much of his own accord. Now Nate Miles, he'll play the ball on the 30-metre line now for Queensland, and there's a penalty. Ben Cummins on debut as a referee has penalised the New South Wales defence.
Origin 1, last time was different rules. They laid all over the rough.
Mate, this is
penalised his first set of 6.
Yeah, I hear you, but this is game 2, and that's far too long for me. Okay.
So are the rules different for this one?
We're not going into that. It's a penalty here. Go back, thanks.
So Paul Gallen immediately just asking a question of the new referee, Ben Cummins. And it is significant that New South Wales, during the run of 16 Origins, the most recent 16 Origins, they've won the penalty count, the Blues, only on 4 occasions. And it is a fact that I know worries Ricky Stewart, but he was heard to say that he thought it might be a comment best left unsaid at this stage of the year. Thurston from 30 out. In his 20th consecutive match, he's played in all of the glory of the last 5 years. Every match he's played in. And here's the kick from Jonathan Thurston, and he's just got it in there. So 2 points, the first of the night. Queensland leading.
Paul Gallen going to referee Ben Cummins there and saying the rules are obviously different from Origin 1. First set of 6 that New South Wales defend, they're penalised. I can only assume that there'll be something of a square up at the other end of the field as the referees try to set the standard here for Origin 2.
So New South Wales sending it deep down to Lockyer, and Lockyer goes immediately to Matthew Scott, who, as you know only too well, if you follow this game, is climbing the ladder of front row fame very quickly. He's probably the number 1 in the game at the moment. Played then by his partner Petro Civoniceva, and then away to Nate Miles, another of the players that's been here right through since 2006. In fact, I think there are 4 of them, in fact 5 of them, that have been a member of the Victories since 2006 in maroon jumpers. Cameron Smith rips off a kick. And here's Uwate. Crowd lobs in. 35 away from his own line, Aquila. And now for Minicello, back in the Origin arena. First time since 2007. He first appeared in 2003. And a penalty goes to the Blues against Sam Thaiday for holding down overly long in the tackle.
Well, it wasn't at the other end of the field, but just a little push there late from Sam Thaiday, enough for the referee to make it 1-1.
Yeah, well outside kicking goal range though.
Tim Manor. The combination of he and Gallen as run-on front rowers. They've got a grand total of about 15 games between them. And if you compare that with Petro and his partner, it's 374 games between them. They go away to the right to Salad. He tests that speed and he tests the defence. Ashley Harrison, the tackler. Minicello has a look at the blind side of Queensland. And there's the try line, just a few metres away. It's come away from Mitchell Pearce. Gone to Jamie Salad. He puts a kick in. He was looking for Hayne, but it's taken by Slater. And Slater will play the ball for Queensland. 15 out.
Yeah, I think that was an impulse kick there from Jamie Salad. Certainly wasn't welcomed by the outside chasers, and it was an easy play for Slater at the back.
Play by Yao Yi. That is Cameron Smith, who's dumped on the turf on the 30-metre line from Thurston. It's gone away to the number 4. And that is Greg Inglis over there on the left side. And there's Ashley Harrison, another of those members of the players that have been there through this 5-year kingdom for Queensland. The kick high, taken by Minicello. He takes a buffeting, and Inglis didn't miss him. Lockyer was low, Uwate fast. And he's tackled on the 20-metre line. Play back for Gasnier. And Gasnier comes towards centre ground. Met there by Matthew Scott. That's where they are. They're inside their own 30. Little mistake. Pearce scooping it back. Cray. And up the middle goes the St George Illawarra back rower. Pack weight, the average pack weight is about 22 kilos in favour of Queensland. No penalty given there against Queensland for the tackle on Bird. Ennis starting the game tonight, reefing it down the ground for Slater. And Slater is met by Ennis and Manor. And they're 25 metres away from their own line. Queensland coming out of the northern end. And that is Yao Yi. Coming away from that massive blue provided by Blackley's Blues down at the northern end as Nielsen plays the ball. Lockyer gets it on. Scott! Well, Ennis went in awkwardly and he paid the penalty. There's the kick out of dummy half from Cameron. Straight to Minicello. Away from 10. Over 20. Away from Friday. Taken by Nielsen. Friday comes in to complete the tackle.
And Minicello brings it about as far as Billy Slater did at the other end. This match very much being played between the two 20-metre lines at the moment. And no mistakes. Both teams 4 from 4 as Hayne gets his first touch.
That's a steal. Cummins. I don't know whether he's talking about 2 in the tackle or in fact the tackle had been completed.
Hey, Mick, while he's getting that on, just make sure you stay square at second marker.
There's some juice coming out of Michael Ennis. That was that awkward tackle that he went in on.
I came out and watched New South Wales train last night as part of a corporate event. They trained very strongly, but from situations like this, there was a lot of inside passes going across field, turning players back inside. They haven't done it their first couple of sets of 6. I don't think it'll be too long before they do it.
So Ennis has been patched up and Scott is with the ball. So Beau Scott just inside the 30-metre line and Ennis trying to push a defender, Cameron Smith, away. As Queensland slowed to play the ball down as much as they can. Manor back to Ennis. Ennis with a scurry, but he's working through heavy traffic. And Sam Friday puts him away. Here's Greg Bird. Inside ball for Minicello. And played by the count. Back it goes for Pearce. And here's the captain. Gallen is 9 metres out. A chance for the Blues. Last tackle. Souds with the ball. Got the shot in. Gasnier's coming quick. Marked in goal, Queensland by Greg Inglis. And he runs quickly back to the 20. Takes the tap. And they might get a penalty here, Queensland. No, he's ruled the New South Welshman back the 10 that made the tackle.
And they were doubly fortunate, New South Wales, because on the outside was an unmarked Darius Boyd, who would have just about run 70 metres to score as they take it just shy of halfway.
Play there by Harrison. Seven Receiver, who becomes the most capped forward of Origin history, eclipsing that record held by Stephen Price tonight. Awkward tackle, Mitchell Pearce, that hurt him. Now Lockyer punches it into the corner. Minicello off his own line, but the ring of Maroon is around him, and he stays in the field of play. That's where they are, back on their own line. Here's Hayne. Good tackle, Miles. Now Hopoate, fourth youngest player ever to play Origin, and he becomes the sixth New South Wales youngster to follow in the footsteps of his dad. Here's Bird, played back for Ennis, and a run from dummy half is good. A gain of some 12 metres for Michael Ennis. Hayne again. Now for Pearce, and his right foot kick goes down towards Slater. Back on his 10. He's got Boyd with him. And Boyd with one fend, but then he's picked up by the enthusiasm of Gallen and Cray. And Slater gives it on now for Yayi. For Giral. 30 out from his own line. Cameron away. Jonathan in there. Greg Inglis. Well, he's being picked up and the legs have been lifted, so they call held. And they proceed with the tackle. They're lucky to get away with that. Tim Manor went on with it. Harrison takes it. A hard hit from Beau Scott there. Now Seven Receiver beyond the 40-metre line. Possession 51%. New South Wales' favour at the moment. Lockyer driving it down the middle. The bounce is awkward. Hayne around Miles, taken by Thurston.
And they just upped the ante in defence that last set of 6, New South Wales, and now looking to take advantage with the football. Uarte outside his own 40. And some tired players out there. Matt Scott doing it a bit tough after just 12 minutes.
Minicello now. Been heavily involved, Anthony, in his return to the arena of Origin as Mitchell Pearce makes a half break. Harrison shutting the door, and a penalty goes to the Blues. Hand on the ball after the tackle had been made is the call.
Yeah, and Queensland struggling to hold the pace here. So some slowing tactics in the play. The ball have earned New South Wales a repeat set of 6. And Jamie Soward is going for goal.
That's a surprise.
From 37 metres out and 12 metres in from touch. I've got to say I can't believe it.
Yeah, I just thought that you could feel the momentum swing in New South Wales' way. I guess the only thing here is that Soward would be confident if he misses the goal that he could still put it dead and they would get the football back from a restart. But
it's a long kick, Peter.
It is a long kick, and at a time where you could just feel...
Absolutely. I was thinking when they got the penalty try. Anyway, maybe they're just keen to level it up and get things back to all square. Let's see.
Soward from 37 and 15 in from the eastern side. Good shot of it. It's on its way and it's just wide.
Hit the post.
Hit the post and bouncing away. I thought for a moment he might have got the luck of the bounce off the upright. But Darius Boyd is with it now for Queensland. Here's Scots. The 20-metre line.
Well, I'm sure the Maroons were very relieved when he kicked for goal. Even more relieved now that they've missed. Anyway, move on.
Seven Receiver with a lot of vigour in that run. He takes it back and then Miles follows him up towards the 40-metre line. So Cameron Smith goes left side for Jonathan Thurston. Lofted pass out to Darius Boyd. Kicks back into the middle, covered by Soward. 28 out from the Blues line now. Play back at the southern end of the ground. Minicello met by the left shoulder of Miles.
Really the first expansive bit of play we've seen from both teams there. Cut out pass from Jonathan Thurston. It wasn't the last tackle. Darius Boyd had it over, probably would take the tackle. As Ben played good meters up the middle of the ruck.
Getting towards halfway. And here's the kid from Manly, William Hopewade. Spun back by Ennis. And Jamie Soward, with plenty of time, like he does playing for the Dragons, drives it down to Yayi. Try on debut at Origin. Try on debut at Test football.
And a beautiful take there, saved his team about 15 metres, not allowing it to bounce and getting close to the in-goal area.
Played by Dane Nielsen and then for Jonathan Thurston in the way for Ashley Harrison. New South Wales up in Brisbane 3 weeks ago. They spent 62% of the match in their own territory. Tonight, that is 62% Queensland in their own territory. Here's Sivanasiva, near the halfway, centre ground, right side Lockyer, further on Friday, tackled on the Blues 40-metre line, and then Smith, and now Lockyer. Lockyer hurried with his kick. They put pressure on him, and Minichiello marked it in goal prior to finding the dead ball line.
Yeah, he would have been tempted to let that bounce and go over the dead ball line, but then he thought, I won't chance it. And he takes a low percentage take, but in the end gets the really good result of the 20-metre tap. Didn't want to take any chances at all on a bad bounce.
And the first interchange of the night, that man, Trent Merrin, with the game for Tim Manners. Again, metres up the middle, in behind to play the ball there from Greg Bird.
Here's Gallen. Playing as he always does, like a prop, but tonight, just for the second time, with a props number on his back. And Soward down to Slater, coming out of a corner, and Hayne has got him back on the 20-metre line. It's gone to Nielsen, 25-year-old, who debuted in Brisbane, replacing Justin Hodges. And now for Jonathan Thurston, he looked over the left shoulder, looking for a pass to go away to a support, but there was no support. Harrison pops it out, Smith gets it on, Miles is with it. And from a standing start, it's Nate Miles on the halfway line.
He's been Queensland's best in the opening 7.5 minutes as Cameron Smith scoops out of dummy half. Ben Hannant on, Matt Scott and Petro Sivanasiva off. A double change from Mal Meninga.
Queensland, the boot of Jonathan Thurston. Minichiello, the carry back to the 10-metre line. Ben Hannant and Parker making the tackle. New South Wales getting it out towards the 20-metre line now.
The referees just talking amongst themselves there. Jonathan Thurston knocked down after a kick, but Darren Lockyer was knocked down earlier after a kick. Referees are having a good look at the Blues, putting pressure on those two men.
Here's Ben Creagh, and that's a good tackle. It was a good run, and it was met by equally good defence. Ben Hammond still getting off the ground, and now this is Merrin with the ball. He'll play it short of halfway. 5 tackles gone for the VB Blues. Into the hands of Soward, and he puts it straight down the middle to Slater, and Slater claps on the speed. And he brings it out just beyond the 30-metre line. He's held there by Mitchell Pearce. This is Yayi. Sivanasiva going up the tunnel. So we'll get the sideline boys to check on that.
Yeah, never a great sign, especially with Matt Scott staying out on the sideline. Fairly high shot there on Corey Parker.
Yeah, Michael Ennis just getting above the limit. And Parker is down. This was the hit, no doubts about it. Got him right on the chin, Corey Parker.
Yeah, I'll take that back. It wasn't fairly high, it was high.
Corey, a little bit like, in many ways, Anthony Minichiello, recalled to the arena that he was so successful in. He's on his 5th appearance in Origin. Corey Parker tonight. Michael Ennis with a stoppage in play. It's all been examined. The penalty's been given.
And I think you'll find that off the field they are the best of mates, Corey Parker and Michael Ennis. I believe one might have been in the other's bridal party.
That doesn't mean anything tonight.
Not at all.
What, being in the bridal party?
Being mates. Doesn't mean anything tonight.
I wouldn't think there'd be any weddings on tonight. So Cameron finding the line. Harrison then. They haven't been down here. With the ball in hand, Hammond, Thurston, Miles. And Miles is 10 metres away from the line. So the Blues have had plenty of territorial advantage. Lockyer hands it up for Thaiday. And Thaiday is 8 metres away. Played back to Smith, given on to Lockyer, back it across, Slater's there. Hammond goes up the middle, but he's picked up and put down by Scott. Good tackle by Scott. Smith again, they keep going left, they're going to Inglis' side. Thurston's pass was only just on the line. Slater scurries back to a wide position on the right, and that's the reason why, because Lockyer puts a kick up, and sailing above them was Hopewadi. Cummins has ruled that he came down in the field of play. This is Minatello bringing it away.
That's a brilliant take from the young man. Look at this, first origin, teenager, cops one in the back for his team, but stands his ground and keeps in the field of play. Good stuff.
Just a question mark on the restart after the tackle had been completed on Hopewadi, but Gallen it is that plays the ball. And then it's out to Sally, who shimmied a little bit before taking the tackle on the 20-metre line.
And that's the last tackle too. They've done well there, Queensland defensively. Mitchell Pearce kicking with Jamie Soward playing the football. And as we've seen for most of the night, Queensland again able to take the kick on the full, this time through Yao Yi.
Yao Yi taken by Gasnier and put down eventually by him. And Inglis is with the ball.
Very bunched Queensland at the moment. They're not going wide, that's for sure.
Hannett to the 40-metre line. Cameron Smith for Corey Parker, and Parker okay after that hit on him by Ennis. He plays it on the 30. Here's Miles, just outside the 20. Queensland in quick succession. They come back for another challenge on the New South Wales line. The last through the hands, Thurston, a kick taken by Ennis, and he's running off away into the bleachers, taking it dead. No chances taken by the Menace.
Well, it's a nice option from Queensland. They had Darren Lockyer on the right-hand side. Jonathan Thurston to the left, ran it, went as far as they could. And Darius Boyd knew he had to get the kick away as Kurt Gidley, skipper from last year, player for them in that series, into the action. Boyd dabbing it through and Ennis covering nicely.
Who does Gidley come on for there, Taylor? Who's coming off?
I think it's Michael Ennis.
So Ennis off.
Ennis is off. And that's a good charge back there by big mate Miles. There's Michael coming from the field. Now the polar bear. He takes it to 25 out. Played by Ben Hammond. Now for Corey Parker. Almost breaks the defensive line of Bird. Thurston short. Miles is with it. Handled by Gallen and Merrin. 9 metres away. Queensland on the attack. Leading 2-0. Cameron Smith is over. Cameron Smith is over. That referee Cummins wants to have a look at the grounding.
Well, it will be a soft try when we're talking Origin. And the defence from both teams has been tremendous tonight, but Cameron Smith has found some vacant space to the left of the play of the ball. He's got great instincts. Gets between two defenders, and I think the point of the ball does touch. That will be a try.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? As soon as his opposite number, Michael Ennis, leaves the field, there's the touch. There's the touch on the ground. As soon as Michael Ennis leaves the field, Cameron Smith runs from dummy half and scores the try. Unbelievable. It's like he was waiting for that moment. It was like he was waiting for the opposite number to be out of the way, and then took advantage of some disorganisation in the defence. Don't know what the video referee's looking for here. It's a try, mister. Push your green light.
Well, that's his third try of his Origin career for Cameron Smith, and I was shocked to believe that he debuted at Origin back in 2003. Well, the Melbourne captain, Cameron Smith, has scored his third try. The 27-year-old, who was player of the Golden Boot player of the best in the world a couple of years ago. He's won just about every award that it is possible to win. And this kick in close range for Jonathan Thurston, a member of the 100 club these days. Wally Lewis on the sideline tonight. Well,
one of the most important things in goal line defence is you've got to dictate terms to the attacking team. Make them run wide if things are tough in the middle. There was skinny defence there. Just have a look at that one player covering 10 metres of territory on the Keno replay, and it just shows exactly why Cameron Smith spotted it. Too easy in State of Origin football. You've got to make them run wide and push them even further towards the sideline.
Yeah, it wasn't great marking. Almost went the same way, and Greg Bird didn't get out far, planted his feet. Cameron Smith, as I mentioned, has got great instincts and picked exactly the right time to run as Maroons bring it back through Nate Myers, now through Ben Hammond.
Cameron Smith was 25-1 or $26 to score the first try. And TAB Sportsbet, good odds for him, really.
Don't the great players in their game make it look easy at times?
Corey Parker. Well, you should know, you were one of them. And there was a word that is a common denominator to all the great players. And I've said that for a long time. And the word is time. The word is time. Here's Cameron. He rakes it off his left foot. A little bit nasty there for Minicello, but he's cleaned it up. He's inside the 20-metre line, playing it back to Gidley. Hayne has come off his wing and went through Nate Miles. He'll play the ball inside the 30-metre line. Gidley has a look around, and Hannah has got him covered. 35 away from the Blues line. They've got an 8-0 lead in favour of Queensland, and a shoulder on Merrin. And it was Cameron Smith. He's in everything at the moment. It's Ben Creagh, here's the shot.
Yeah, good shot there, and he's going to do some shots in a minute because Big Dave Taylor's got a number in his hand and he's ready to come into the action. And then he's got the 8-point lead. Mel Meninga taking advantage of the opportunity to get the big fella out into the action.
Nielsen playing the ball. 5 a carry for him. Just on the edge of the ruck and heading back into the middle. He'll play the ball on the 40-metre line. Lockyer through his hands, went backwards. Parker recovers. Corey Parker taken and held down by Greg Bird. Here's Dave Taylor, the Coltrane, with his first run of the night. Smith now, to Lockyer, to Thurston. Then Harrison. Snappy stuff. Very crisp. Lockyer to Thurston. They know they've got them stretched, and then the kick, the banana, has found the dead baller.
Well, this game has changed complexion, and I don't want to harp on it, ever since Jamie Soward took the kick for goal. New South Wales were getting on top at that stage and really had Queensland stretched. A decision to take a low percentage kick from wide out fails, and from that time on, Queensland have dominated the play. They've got some air in the runs, a little bit of confidence, and have been able to grind their way back into it.
Shot of coach Ricky Stewart in the coaching box. He's put Luke Lewis into the game, and that's William Hopewadi.
He's been terrific, William.
Poking his nose through. Gidley, Pearce, outside, inside ball. Minicello, and 5 gone for the Blues. Gidley quickly, Pearce, the kick is nice, the jump is good, it's a try for Lewis. Luke Lewis has been out there a minute. If what? Grounding is to be checked, but the Penrith back rower, Luke Lewis, for mine, has scored.
And I would think on his second touch, he had one involvement in the set of 6 leading up to that kick. He's an outstanding player. Began his Origin career on the wing many seasons ago. And let's have a look. Yep, perfectly behind the kicker, Mitchell Pearce. He puts it in the corner. The Chasers have the advantage of momentum. They get the jump. They'll have a look at the involvement of Hayne into Yao Yi, but it seems to me that they're all looking at the football, and Yao Yi stops anyway. That will be a try. And New South Wales fight back.
That's a beauty. That is a beauty.
So Luke Lewis, a try for the Blues, 8-4. There he is, Luke Lewis, the try scorer for the Blues. It's his first try at his 7th Origin appearance. And Soward has got a kick from the sideline to get them within 2 points. He kicks from in front of us. On the western side, it is as straight as an arrow. Soward converts. Andrew Johns on the sideline.
Yeah, beautiful kick by Mitchell Pearce. Luke Lewis set it up with a beautiful run. And it's the way to play Queensland. Look to go wide, but come back up through the middle with your speed man on the Keno replay. Minicello set it up, and Pearce doubled up. And this is an area it's got to be improved, their kicking game. It's been poor for the first 30 minutes, but Luke Lewis on for 40 seconds and comes up with a try. That's what you need off your interchange players.
So the replay, Jared Hayne, to me, had eyes for the ball rather than running a block or interfering with Yao Yi. And Ricky Stewart with his normal jubilation. The completion rate in this game is incredible. There have been a total of 29 handles and 29 completions. That is perfect.
It's phenomenal.
And just for people who don't follow the game that closely, when we talk about completions, basically what we're saying, there hasn't been an error. New South Wales have had the ball 14 times. Haven't made a mistake. Queensland 15 as Mark Gasnier out of dummy half.
Anthony Watmough, the Manly back rower, about to come into the game. His 6th Origin. Gidley then. Gidley away. Space to run. Minicello to Uwalte. He beats one. He kicks high. The ball going down over the touching goal.
Very good decision making there from Kurt Gidley. He was about to kick the football and realised on his outside that there was an opportunity. Shaped a kick there, but no, 3 on 2. And Uwalte, great move to beat Darius Boyd, just didn't back it up with a great kick.
Oh, here it is. That's it, Paul.
You'd like to have him riding one for you at Flemington, wouldn't you? And that reminds me, we're going live into Melbourne, live into Victoria. And it's always a great pleasure to have you with us on Origin night. Ball played by Parker, short from dummy half for Ben Hannant, the blonde-headed front row forward, playing the ball just into Blues territory. Darren Lockyer to Billy Slater, 2 of the famous spine of this team. And this is Thurston with the ball, and Mitchell Pearce didn't quite complete that tackle. Hopewadi made the tackle on Friday. And here's Lockyer again, and he flicks it out the back for Parker. Another phase, and it goes off the boot of Slater, and it'll go bouncing away down towards the Auburn end of the ground, which Gus sometimes refers to as the Chatswood end.
And I can tell you with Watmough coming onto the field, Ben Creagh, who's moved into the centre or into a front row position. Gidley's now on the field, Lewis, Watmough. This is the mobility play that Ricky Stuart was looking for with his selections. No established front rowers really out there. All back rowers playing on the edges and in the middle of the field, looking to run Queensland ragged. He's made his big play.
Play by Lewis. Match going out live on Win Television around the country. Members, associate members, of course, of the Nine Network. And here is Lewis, who scored that lovely try. And there it goes to Soward with his left boot, reefing it down the ground. Slater's back on his own line. Gasnier has made the tackle. With some help from his Dragons teammate, Beau Scott. Thurston got it away, and that's Inglis with the ball. 5 metres out from their own line. Greg hasn't really had a shot at them. Nielsen, the Melburnian. Then Boyd for Hammond. So they've used 4, and they're only out to the 20-metre line, the champions. How Parker goes here is important. He's 25 out. Put down by Hopewate. Lockyer gets his shot away, but it's going to be down. Oh, close to the... Oh, he's found touch. Well, that ball has done a right-angled turn, and he's found the line just inside the 30-metre line.
And he was under a lot of pressure from the kick too, and it's already noticeable that the extra mobility in this Blues forward pack, they were sprinting up off the line, so the Queensland forwards couldn't make good yards. Then on tackle 5, they're sprinting out at them. That's Luke Lewis that comes into your picture there. And Lockyer, the genius, manages to poke one down the sideline and put a little bit of off-spin on it and got it out over the touch.
Well, apart from the kick for the try, that's just about being the best kick of the first half. They desperately needed some distance. He got that. They desperately needed the ball out of play to get a breather. He managed that as well.
Get up, get up, get up. You're wasting your own time, boys. Kurt, get in.
You might remember Michael O'Connor kicking a goal to win for the Blues. I think it was 1999. What was it?
91.
91. 99. Geez, Michael, I've done you a favour. They were a much lighter side that night, and it was wet. In fact, I think it was it the Mark Guy, Wally Lewis confrontation night?
Same night.
And the Blues with a much lighter side came from behind and ran Queensland down in the mud and the driving rain. Played then by Gasnier. And here is Mitchell Pearce. One of those players I referred to earlier, the son of a former Origin player. 6 of them now with William in the team. It's a good phase. They kept it going through Watmough, and then there's Gidley, and then he lofts it out. Scott back down for Gasnier. Gasnier, that's a chancy pass. Nielsen's got the ball for Queensland, but the referee has found a knock on.
It's landed there.
Knock on. You can see the intention here of the New South Wales side with the faster forwards on the field to keep it alive. It nearly came unstuck there, and it was only that Thaiday tried to bat it on rather than catch it that came up with it. Look at the ball movement back inside, get it out the back, throw it anywhere, turn it back inside, come back, look for support. Now the long pass from Gasnier. You don't see this very often. Thaiday tried to knock it on, and in fact knocked it forward. Come on, Sam.
Get down.
It's an emotional plea.
Get your head down. I'm going to penalise you. Get it down.
Plenty
Wait
of
there.
gesture.
Okay, time
But
on.
Sam, I don't think we've got any evidence to help you. Here is Uarte. He'll play the ball. 35 away from the Queensland line. It is 8-6 in favour of Queensland. There's Watmough with a bulldog-type run. He'll play it just outside 30. Gidley, now for Pearce, and there's Lewis. And Thaiday makes an important tackle. Here's Gidley again. He's wrestled down by Smith. Got it to Pearce. Got it to Lewis. Lewis to Hopewate. Lockyer's there. So is Nielsen. And the ball to be played by William Hopewate. Gallen to Pearce, and Pearce to Lewis, and Lewis to Gidley, and Gidley to Soward, and then to Gasnier. Uarte down the right side, flops it down. Minicello can't take it. And it's gone back to the 20-metre line for the restart.
Yeah, exciting stuff there from the Blues. The ball movement, brilliant. We haven't seen it from them for a long time, but they're certainly starting to put some pressure on this Queensland defence. So close. Look at Trent Bat. Oh, so close. They can feel it.
It was a lot closer than I thought it was. The count, Anthony Minicello, he only had to pick it up on the half volley and dive over. The pass from Uarte, it was most definitely backwards. Here's Parker. A fend and then held by Lewis. Up the top by Watmough. Lockyer for Thurston. So breathing down half-time. And it's 8-6 in favour of Queensland. The defending champions, the all-time champions. And here's Thurston getting it on. Here's trouble. Greg Inglis, now Jonathan Thurston. And Soward goes back and he'll clean it up in goal. Line drop out to the Blues.
Yeah, lovely football there from the Queenslanders. Jamie Soward is a freak the way he fields kicks. He catches more kicks than any 5'8" in the history of the game. He just seems to be around the ball. Here's Mr. Inglis making his presence felt. Thurston gets the kick in, and young Jamie Soward, he reads the play so well. He's always cover defending. He's there for the kick. He's gone down for some running repairs. And a very, very nervous 30 seconds coming up after he kicks his ball.
And the 40 seconds has expired. It's the time allowed to take the dropouts. And Hammond was hammered back there by Lewis and Watmough. 30 away. Taylor again, 118 kilograms. 25 metres out. Queensland now for Slater. Got it to Friday. Puts a little kick in. Minicello says thank you. That will be oranges. And the halftime hooter in the background will send the Origin players to a break. It's been a frenetic first half. Some amazing statistics coming out of it. Harvey Norman State of Origin Game 2. 8-6 at halftime in favour of Queensland. A break and we come back to relive the highlights. You'll hear from all of our experts and we'll set up the second half for you. Right here on the home of the best. Nine's Wide World of Sports. Full now with 80,000 people. Second half underway. Kicked off by Hayne. And Thurston it is. Who gives it to Taylor? Anthony Watmough went in to put a shoulder on him, and then I think he looked away before the impact arrived. Penalty going then to Queensland as New South Wales hang around in the tackle too long. Look at Watmough. He took his eyes off David Taylor. Why wouldn't you? 118 kilograms of him charging at you. Probably runs the 100 with the football under his arm in about 13 seconds or something. Here's Hammond. Coltrane for Brockhampton. David Taylor. Corey Parker. Just outside the 40-metre line. Many of these players will be asked to do it again on Friday night. Here's Slater. He's through a hole. Billy the Kid up to the 20. Turns on his right foot. And he's picked up in defence eventually by Mitchell Pearce. But the Blues are in trouble early. Fridays with the ball. 5 away from the line, which you can see. Thurston. And then Ashley Harrison. Dropping it on the ground. The Blues have got it. And it's come down with Beau Scott. Well, that's a let-off for New South Wales.
And it was not a set move from the Maroons either. The play had actually fallen apart a little bit, and Darren Lockyer just offloaded, and Billy Slater exploded into a gap. A little bit like Uarte did just then. Right on the back of the penalty, the New South Wales team were able to get on the loose ball. Ben Creagh flopping one out the back.
Gallen then met and pulled down by Thaiday. 30 metres out from their own line. Watmough it is, tantalisingly taking it across and up to the line. Playing it on his 40-metre line. Sound kicks it and hooks it down to Darius Boyd. There's Gasnier almost reveling in the chance to tackle Boyd, who gave him a bit of how's your father in the first Origin match in Queensland 3 weeks ago. Now Greg Inglis, taken by Lewis, then Thurston. Here's Taylor again. Jamie Soward was there in front of the big runaway trade. Thurston's with it now. I saw another blue jumper go ricocheting out of the path. Ball being played then by the Maroons, by Parker. Now Lockyer out the back. Slater, flick pass for Nielsen. The defence for the Blues closes ranks. 8-6 in favour of Queensland. Cameron Smith, first try scorer. Darren Lockyer's kick, just short of the line. Marked by Hayne. He tries to weave his way around Lockyer, but Lockyer shuts it down. Papawate is with it now. And they're 20 away from their own line, the Blues. Guarding the northern end in the second half, and Gallen, high shot.
Hey. No.
Cummins.
No, hey, sorry, had it.
I've got to say the impressive part about the Blues tonight, with this extra mobility in their side, defensively, if they get breached, they're very quick to recover. And when Queensland send the ball wide, their coverage on the inside is a lot better as well. So they're covering the spreads from Queensland with more efficiency, and that's a big factor in this Origin football. How long the smaller and more mobile pack can keep going remains to be seen. But at the moment, I like the look of it.
Watmough playing the ball as New South Wales get into this set, and here's Minicello running off a pass from Lewis. A set that was provided by that high shot from Ben Hannon on Gallen. Watmough, Gidley, Soward out for Gasnier, and Gasnier has attracted Thurston and Inglis to him. 25 away. Scott dummy half, Gidley first, second is Pearce. Oh, Lewis has put it down, and Lockyer throws it into no man's land before recovering.
I don't think Lewis wanted that ball. I think Lewis wanted the ball to go past him out to the edges of the field, and Pearce threw it straight at him.
Yeah, he changed his angle.
Yeah, look at that. Had the ball gone out the back, they'd have had 3-on-1. Bad ball from Mitchell Pearce there. Good opportunity lost.
Hammond then, passing before the line. Thurston, Harrison's pass I thought was forward.
Way forward.
Thanks, boys.
So this will give the Blues a chance. 40 out.
Well, they did make an error, Queensland, in the first half. And that one from Harrison, a long way forward. And we've seen two in the opening couple of minutes of this game, one down the other end, which was cleaned up by Beau Scott. That one a forward pass, just poor timing. Giving away a penalty already as well. And New South Wales in good field position with the footy.
Make sure you stay down. Yep. Okay,
6
go now,
minutes
Kurt.
of the second half.
Kurt, get your hitting.
Gidley at the back of the scrum, feeding it to his Novocastrian teammate Uate. Played by Aquila. Gallen passing to Watmough. Just outside the 20-metre line. Second tackle on this set. Played by Watmough. Gidley dummies to his captain. Goes back to Pearce. Away to Soward. Inside ball. Lewis this time. Will play the ball on the 20-metre line. And it's out from Gidley and gone to Minicello. A dummy double pump, and then he's taken to ground. 9 metres out from the line. That's where they are, to the middle of the ground. For Watmough, dancing, and then put to ground. Still a couple of metres out. Gidley long. long, Pearce longer, Soward, the kick on the ground, Slater's there, and dead off Slater, I think. Line drop out.
Just watch the way Jamie Soward waits. He waits for Yao Yao to come up in defence. He sort of half threatens to throw the long ball, waiting for Yao Yao to come up. He gets it, he sort of threatens, waits for Yao Yao to advance, now kicks in behind Yao Yao, and Slater's got no alternative but kick it dead. Brilliant play there by the 5'8", Ben Creagh, going up the tunnel for some repairs.
Yeah, while all that was happening, Creagh limped off and Chin Manor back into the action.
Stay behind here.
As Queensland again take up all the time they can before the restart from Cameron Smith. I don't think we've had many line drop-outs tonight.
So Cameron drives it 50 metres down the ground. And here is Tim Manor bringing it back. Playing the ball just outside the 30-metre line. Stewart's got 5 left. Meninga's got 6 left. Interchanges, that is. Gallen to play the ball. 25 away. Down by 2. Watmo tries to go through the middle. Scott is in the tackle together with Taylor. Gidley knows there's no markers, and he gets it away back to Gallen. Gallen lofts it out to Pearce. He lofts a pass out, and for the corner go the Blues. Have they done it? I think they have. It's Hopewate on debut.
Well, we're going upstairs, but from the look on Billy Slater's face, he believes that Will Hopewate has scored in his first Origin game after just 15 NRL games. Good work from Kurt Gidley, as Ray pointed out. He saw some space on the left-hand side. He gobbled that up, and when it stopped, he got the offload away. Great effort.
Oh, God, that's good for a kid on... Well, it's good for anybody, but he's on debut at Origin.
Yeah, look at the way he gets the ball into his left hand. Just watch the elbow, the hip. That's a try. That is brilliant. Wow. What about that for a kid? Ball in the left hand. Reach. Get it down there, son.
And if you look at his eyes, they never left the football. They never left the spot of grass that he was aiming to get the football down. We're about to see a green light and a change in lead.
Blues in front by 2. William Hopewate. Wonderful story. Second youngest New South Wales Origin player ever, and about to take a 2-year sabbatical, if you like. He's a member of the Mormon religion, and he's going on missionary work for 2 years come the end of this season, and he has scored on debut at Origin. It's amazing the number of these kids that do that. I was telling you earlier about Yao Yi. Inglis did it. Folau has done it. Hopewate has now done it. And now Soward, can he do it? From the sideline, it's on its way. It looks okay. It looks okay. It looks good if you're barracking for the Blues. Andrew John sideline.
What a beautiful pressure kick there from Jamie Soward. This is the way the Blues have got to play also. Footwork at the ruck. You see Kurt Gidley gets through the ruck. Speed and footwork. Gallen shows and goes on the Kuno replay. Look at this ball from Mitchell Pearce over the top. And what about this young man? Just turned 19 years of age, William Hopewate. What a special player. Just behind me, his dad. Hopper's up in the crowd. He's going berserk. What a special young guy. Ride him home, Ricky.
12-8 the score. 12-8 the score in favour of New South Wales now, with Timmy Manor bringing it back. There's a couple of fellows showing their colours here, but I think everybody would expect that Phil Gould and Andrew Johns would be just like they are tonight. As Paul Vaughton has been on many occasions when he's been involved in our commentary, which he is tonight. And of course the great man Wally. You'd expect them to be rooting for the Maroons or the Blues. It doesn't matter which.
Well, this is an outstanding set to back up points. Already in opposition territory. Last tackle now as Kurt Gidley takes on the responsibility. Not a great kick, finding Slater on the full.
Slater taken down by Gasnier. That is the 20-metre line, just behind Slater as he plays the ball. And Inglis Brings it away, New South Wales. Now the favourites on the TAB Sportsbet, $1.55. Queensland $2.30. And you can bet in play. You can bet on the run with TAB Sportsbet. As Lockyer goes on. Taylor is out there. He's attracting a lot of friends. They haven't got good intentions for him, but he's attracting a lot. It's Farday. Wide, met by Pearce and Gallen. Gallen has been non-stop. Wonderfully inspiring as Lockyer finds touch. It's 12-8 the Blues. Back at Olympic Park. And Jared Hayne plays the ball after New South Wales won the scrum, and Gallen is hit hard by 3 Queenslanders, including Scott and Greg Inglis. So there's plenty of poundage in the tackle. The same can be said for that tackle. This is played by Watmough. And Scott takes it up to halfway now for the Blues. New South Wales 12-8. Trailed 8-6 at the break. Uate. He's looked threatening, hasn't he? Ball seemingly has found more of his side of the ground than it has of Hayne. Ball down to Slater on his goal line. Now Yao Yi will play the ball 11 metres out. Sivanasiva's coming back. Nielsen. Wally Lewis, a sideline comment.
Well, Queensland have really failed to dictate terms up the middle of the ruck since Petro Sivanasiva left the field in the 17th minute.
Chance here, Wally. I'll come back to you. Down the sideline, Boyd. Ball into the middle. Came off Thurston, went back. New South Wales got a touch. Knock on both ways. Go back to you, Wally. Yes, finish that comment for me.
Yeah, Petro's back on the field now. No surprise, really, that that's the period of play when New South Wales started to dictate terms up the middle of the ruck. 17th minute of play. He's been off for an enormous period of time. Let's expect for the Queensland side of things for him to play a pretty staunch role on the way home.
Just looking at the knock-on call here, Shane Hayne saying that the ball went towards the New South Wales goal off the hands of Thurston. Looks like Thurston knocks back here, but he's saying the ball does go forward, in fact, even though it landed down behind Thurston. Let's have a look. Yeah, he touched it in front of the line. The ball landed over the line, so that's a knock-on. New South Wales need to stay aggressive here. If they sit back and try and protect the 4-point lead, you know Queensland will come and get them. They've got to get out lead by 10 and then by 16. Really put some pressure on the Queenslanders.
Gallen.
He's been phenomenal, Paul Gallen, skipper tonight. I don't think he's had a break as Mark Gasnier takes it centre field, just inside his own half. Quick play the ball for Watmough.
Thurston quickly upon him. The Blues then. Some 7 metres into Queensland's area. Here's Lewis working off Pearce on an inside run. And the 14, Cooper Cronk, is about to come into the game for the Maroons. A kick high from Soward. Slater in a contest. The ball goes to ground. Knock on. Knock on is the call against Slater.
Yeah, and big sense of timing now for New South Wales. They've got to believe this. They've got to feel it. The crowd's right behind them now. They lead by 4. They get to start a set of 6 inside the opposition 20. Up goes Slater on Minicello, 1-on-1. Slater comes down with the fumble, and this presents a brilliant opportunity now for the Blues to ram home their advantage. Can they show the confidence?
It wasn't a great kick from Jamie Soward, but it was a wonderful competition created by Anthony Minicello.
Gidley, Soward, Minicello, taken ball and all by his opposite number 1. 22 out from the line. Second tackle, Gallen. Smothered by Harrison. Manana.
At some stage, Ray, they might look to bring Luke Lewis back on the inside, not give it to him, and hit the outside. They've given it to Lewis a couple of times coming back in.
Gidley then, and here is Watmough. charging at the line. What a tackle. What a tackle. Sivanasiva was in it. And he loses the ball. Sivanasiva and Slater were the two that stopped Anthony Watmough.
Had you played it where you were not keep walking forward,
it was a lovely ball from Gidley. And Watmough just struggling for a little bit too much.
No one else, mate. Understand that?
Watch the beautiful ball here. Look at the speed at which Watmough hits that hole. Oh, he looks like scoring. Slater right on the spot. And now he'll struggle, and plops it down.
Greg Inglis then. Playing it inside the 20-metre line. Ashley Harrison does well. He played the ball 29 metres away from his own line. Cameron Smith, just think for a moment, he thought he had the markers divided and he played for a penalty. Cooper has gone on and Corey Parker has come off as Petro drives the Maroons down to the halfway line. As Cameron Smith goes to Matthew Scott. And a lot of vacant space there before he found the defence. Here's Thurston punching it down and off the feet of Minicello. Cooper Cronk is there. Jonathan Thurston is there. Gidley. Lewis. 10 away from his own line. Luke Lewis on the second tackle. Urabe goes in. Pinches another couple. Salad for Gallen. Gets it outside 20. Valuable meters. 25 out on 4. Kicking early. Pearce down into space. Good kick by him. Long, very long. Yao Yi. He's got Slater with him. And Scott and Pearce make the tackle.
That's a great kick and chase. A beauty.
Slater taken down by Lewis again. On his own 30-metre line. Nielsen taken by Jared Hayne. Play just inside the 40-metre line. This is Cronk. Friday night, Broncos up against Dragons at Suncorp. It's live across Australia at 7:30, that match. Sivanasiva, and that'll be followed by the Rabbitohs up against the Titans from here in Sydney at ANZ. So the kick down the ground to the Blues line. Minicello. You'd expect this performance from him. It's been comfortable. It's been complete. Hayde.
It's been faultless as Michael Ennis, the starting hooker, comes to the sideline. Paul Gallen. That is hit up number 20. Now, I know he hasn't had a break. He's almost double every other forward for New South Wales in that department. As Bo Scott steps inside Thurston but flung to the ground.
Ennis is back on. Hopewate has come off. And Tim Manor takes it up towards halfway. This negative look on the face of William Hopewate. I'm not sure what's wrong there. I don't know whether it's just a change that they've decided to make or whether he put his hand up.
At the moment, Kurt Gidley is slotted into left centre for that young man.
So it's played by Yao Yi, and this is Nielsen. Queensland, 12 away from their line. They've won the last 5 series. They're only out to break their own record, but what a record it is. A record of champions looking for 6 series straight. Trailing by 4, and we're midway through the second half.
Which means we're now into the final quarter of the game.
So here's Scott. Out the back for Lockyer to quickly give it up for Cronk. And Cronk is well tackled by Ennis. Just near the halfway line. And Smith kicks out of dummy half. It'll bounce favourably. Well, it didn't matter. He took it on the feet anyway. Minicello. And he goes bouncing back to the 30-metre line. Injury update down on the sideline. Andrew.
Yeah, William Hopowate's come off with a hamstring injury, and Ben Cray, he went to the shed with an ankle injury. He's had a restrap. He'll be back soon.
Greg Bird is back out there now for the Blues. Just a short stint there from Tim Manor. The quick play the ball allows Ennis to find that man Bird.
Halfway line. Greg Bird, the lock forward. Playing the ball. It's gone to Pearce. It turns it in for Gallen again. My goodness, he's done some work, the captain.
He's had some sort of game, hasn't he?
He's now 20 and 20. Here is Pearce. Now Lewis. Now Gidley playing centre. Now it's with Jared Hayne. Runs out of room. Puts a semicircle on them. Comes around. Comes inside the 30-metre line. And Jared Hayne plays the ball. Saad puts a left foot kick across. Gasnier is after it. Slater's up there. Beautiful take, Slater.
What about that for a take? I think he actually jumped past it. Look at the way with outstretched hands he catches this. This is brilliant. He goes past it and has to catch it behind him. Swivels and brings it in safely. I'll tell you what else. Paul Gallen's found his position. He's found his position. That's how he should just play the game. Play in the middle of the field there and have 1,000 hit-ups and 1,000 tackles.
Friday flung to the ground by Gallen. Now Lockyer. And they are putting some pressure on the Queensland kickers much more noticeably than we've seen during this long combination between Thurston and Lockyer.
Well, the next try takes on enormous proportions now. We may only get one more in this game, and at the moment it is New South Wales that are looking more likely. Duarte ducks under a tackle, strives to pick up another couple of metres.
Second tackle then. And a charge ahead by Greg Bird. Pulled down by Matthew Scott and Cameron Smith.
As Andrew Johns pointed out, Ben Creagh back into the action, inside pass now to Watmo. Bo Scott leaves the field.
Out to Gasnier now. Gasnier on Cameron Smith, and Smith makes the tackle. He loses the ball. Picked up.
Why wasn't that play on?
Well, I'd imagine he's saying the tackle was completed before he lost it. I'm with you, Peter. It always used to be play on. I really do think, though, New South Wales need to score another try and score it first. They don't want to get in a position where Queensland are the only ones looking for a try. They've got to stay positive and keep moving the ball.
Well, they've just dropped short of a ground record crowd since the reconfiguration of this ground. 82,300, the ground record crowd as it is now. And they've got 81,900 in tonight. That's an enormous crowd for Sydney on a wet night. Harrison to Thurston. It goes away short for Inglis, and Inglis will play it on the 30-metre line. They'll play it back for Slater, and here they come. Lockyer to Friday. Ball goes to ground. Referee ruled knock on.
Now this is the difference. New South Wales players getting up in the face of the Queenslanders tonight. Queensland looking for momentum.
You've got the ball. Ready, swap teams.
I don't think there'll be any cautions here. Tempers are fraying. But some lovely pressure here from the New South Wales edge defenders. Up goes Pearce on Friday, the bigger man, and forces the error.
Paul, it is not time out. Let's go.
They've got to maintain their age.
Let's go. We're packing in.
That was just a screaming match, I think. Michael Ennis up in the face yelling at Sam Friday.
No time out, mate. Come on. Head in.
Some repairs for Luke Lewis and Ronnie Palmer. Greg Bird to the 40-metre line. Zone into the ground. 12-8 in favour of New South Wales. Is Lewis with blood streaming down the face. He'll play it on the halfway line. Referee, I think, will probably force a blood bin on him shortly. He's already had one treatment.
And Greg Inglis running back out on the wing, carrying his right shoulder, right arm.
Minicello in amongst that collision. And there's Inglis with that right arm in trouble. It's gone to Soward. Inside ball, Watmough beats Scott. Got it to Soward. Lofted ball. Cray is with it. Cray taken middle ground by Cronk in 14. And by Sivanasiva. Ennis then, the kick for Soward. There goes the high kick down towards the wing three-quarter Boyd. Back for Slater. Beats one. Gasnier takes him 22 metres out from the Queensland line.
The time clock says that the Maroons now have to get active with the ball, Rabbits. You watch the ball movement now. They'll try little chip kicks, offloads, everything they can to bring their big players into the action.
Michael Hagan, assistant coach to Mal Meninga.
Oh, shot.
That is a very good tackle.
Mitchell Pearce.
By Mitchell Pearce on Sam Thaiday. Here's Scott. Up and over the halfway. Those of you that have followed this game, Origin, since its commencement, will know that one of the hallmarks are the Queensland finishes. And here's Thurston getting it back. Inglis away. Lockyer to the 10. Oh, crunched. Luke Lewis has pulled off an absolute pile-driving tackle.
And Inglis in trouble, Ray.
So is Luke Lewis in trouble. The tackle was on Cooper Cronk, by the way.
And you know my pet hate is rushing Darren Lockyer late in the tackle count. The Blues do it as they work it out now. That's Greg Bird.
28 out.
What a tackle from Luke Lewis. I'll take you back 8 years to Luke Lewis playing in Origin as a kid and nearly coming up with a try saver from the far side of the field. Tonight he comes up with a beauty.
This is Watmough. We are at the pointy end. 69 gone. And that is Cray. Lewis now over on that left wing with blood still streaming down the middle of his face. But he has been one of the heroes as that ball goes over the dead ball line, and Yao Yi quickly back to the 20. This was the try saver. Watch him come from the right. Bang! And little Cooper Cronk underneath it.
Now, Rabbits, over the last 5 years where Queensland have been so dominant, the majority of games have gone down to the last 10 minutes with the result still in the balance. And it's Queensland that have had the greatest self-belief. We're nearly into that zone again. They're only 4 points off the pace. The Blues have got to believe here. They've got to keep sticking it to them.
Sivanasiva. Here's Scott. Oh, Lewis missed him. Got it away. Friday does the same. Nielsen gets it on. It's over there on the right side with Yao Yi. He swivels around 360 degrees and he's taken down. 40 metres out from the line. It comes short to Lockyer. Long to Thurston. Double pump. Got the ball to Harrison. Harrison taken. Got the ball away. Cameron Smith lofts the ball over. Yao Yi is with it. He's calling Nielsen around him, but he's tackled. 31 out. 5 tackles gone. To the air off Lockyer. And underneath it, Minicello. He knows the importance of the catch.
Interference on Billy Slater in the chase.
Yeah, well, this is a silly play. I'm pretty sure Michael Ennis went out of his way to get in Billy Slater's way. And the referee's picked it up.
Not yet. Not yet. Cameron, just wait now.
Well, tap will stay with the action.
So Queensland, they get a marvellous opportunity. Miles will play it. 7 away. They're 4 behind. And it's come from Cronk and gone to Thurston. Back on the inside, Greg Inglis. I would imagine playing with extreme pain. He'll play the ball for Cameron Smith. 15 back from the line. And Cronk is met then by players in tight, Ennis and Lewis. In fact, Cray it was. Then Smith a dummy. He cuts out Lockyer. He goes to Friday. And Nielsen couldn't take it. And and it's picked up there, I do believe, by Gallen. It is Paul Gallen who plays the ball.
Well, this is the first time in a long time we've seen the Maroons flustered. I reckon for the last 10 minutes they've been making it up as they go along, and it's very unlikely. The Blues have unsettled them a lot tonight. Still 8 minutes to go. It's an age, an absolute age in Origin football.
So Watmo, and a penalty to the Blues. A penalty for the Blues. The tackle on
Just walk away. You've got the ball. Come on.
the man in possession. They've turned him up, I think they're saying, into a dangerous position.
Well, they did well to defend their own line. They've come off it strongly to force the penalty. Let me remind you that the last two Origin games we've witnessed, New South Wales have led with 7 minutes left to play. There's 7 minutes left on the clock, and they hold a 4-point advantage. Still anyone's game. There's the pile-driving tackle.
Yeah, that penalty's like gold.
It is, but the Blues have got to be thinking try. They've got to think wrap it up with a try, not protect a 4-point lead.
Bird, 35 away. He'll play the ball, and the Blues, they work back into the ruck with Gallen. 27 away from the line. Play on the eastern side in front of 82,000 people. Pearce, Soward, Minichiello, Gasnier, right foot, taken down on the 20-metre line. Played by Gasnier, swept by Scott, given by Soward. Running is Watmo. 15 away from the Queensland line. The Blues by 4. Inside the last 10. And it's gone quickly from Pearce and gone to Bird. And Bird will play the ball. This is the last. And it's come back for Soward. He puts the kick across. Again, Gasnier's there. Beautiful take, Inglis. Lost the ball, though. It's come down to Ben Craig. And the referee is ruling, I think, a knock-on.
Double knock-on, but it's the first one against Inglis, I think we'll find.
First knock-on by Queensland. Inglis. Blues come up with the ball. 6 minutes, 20 to go. Blues in possession, lead by 4. Does footy get any better than this? What marvellous contests they are. Rabbits, don't tell me you're not having fun here.
Just explaining to our audience that saw that Inglis lost the ball forward, and once it touches an opponent, then it's a knock-on. And they were responsible, Queensland, for the first knock-on off Inglis.
10
metres out from the Queensland line. The Blues again with a chance to win game 2. Minichiello got through and got up and tried to go again. He'll play the ball. 10 metres out from the Queensland line. The champions are in a little bit of trouble here. It's gone to Soward. It's gone away now for Scott. And Scott will play the ball.
It could be an understatement, Ray.
12-8. Gasnier, Soward, play, short, Gidley back. Gasnier, long, Pearce, quickly. Gallen, got player inside. It's Minichiello. And a good tackle by Darren Lockyer. Snuffs Minichiello out of the attack. Gallen then gets it away. Minichiello spreads it. Soward's with it. He goes torpedo pass long to Gasnier. Gasnier's got Thurston's attention. Got it back to Scott. Scott is held by Taylor and Smith and by Harrison. Fourth tackle gone. And it's Ennis passing for Watmo. Watmo across. Pearce goes in, gets the ball away. And that's Greg Bird. He'll play the ball. 9 away. They go back to Soward again. He goes across looking for Uwate. He bats it down. It was knocked down. Knocked down by Greg Inglis.
And the knock-on against Greg Inglis. If he'd have caught that, he scores.
So the Blues fans at the back, at the northern end, they rejoice. Long time between drinks.
It's not over yet, Rabbit. Still 4 minutes to go. New South Wales have still got to keep thinking try. They've got to think about wrapping it up and not giving Queensland a sniff at a Hail Mary play.
And I think they've shown that, Phil, with their last 2 kicks. That they could have been tempted to put it into goal to get a restart, but they put up an attacking kick looking for that try.
Yep. Keep that tunnel clear. Bend it
If he
now.
catches that Inglis, there was no one in front for 90 metres.
Here they go. Here they go. Salad, Salad, Salad. He got the ball away. It's a try. It's a blue try. Anthony Minicello, on his comeback to Origin, has scored for the Blues.
Well, it was great work from Jamie Soward. We know he's very, very good on his feet. He's got great speed. Well, he threw the left foot step in, straightened up, looked likely to score himself, but the count, Anthony Minicello, recalled for the first time since Game 1 2007, slides up on the outside after going in and gets the winner.
Back at ANZ Stadium, they have gone delirious. Let me say that again, they have gone delirious. At the northern end, down the southern end, it's rather sombre. Anthony Minicello has scored to send the Blues to a 16-8 lead with 2 minutes to go, and Soward, who played a major part, converts the try. It is 18-8, and the New South Wales Blues seemingly are home.
Well, he played a major role, not just with that run to put it on the outside to Anthony Minicello. It was on the 2 previous kicks as well that forced mistakes from Greg Inglis, that kept the football down there 3 sets in a row. And there's a reaction from, I don't know. I don't know how the guy on the left of Ricky Stewart's going to come up after the midsection shot.
He can cop it. I just want to talk about Jamie Soward for a moment, because this young man, from a kid, has always been an exceptional talent. Much maligned, much criticised, but he has kept persevering to the point where he demanded to be given an opportunity at this level. And now, given the opportunity, only his 2nd game in, has kicked them into position and then come up with the winning play for Minicello to wrap up the game. What an extraordinary night for young Jamie Soward.
I just go back to something I said at the top of the telecast. The last time New South Wales won a series was 2005. The last time New South Wales lost Game 1 and came back to win a series, which they haven't done yet, was 2005. The ground was here, the coach was Stewart, and the date was June 15. 6 years ago to the day. Game 3 will decide whether this champion Queensland side make it 6 in a row, or will New South Wales re-enter the winner's circle. Suncorp, Wednesday, July 6th. Live and exclusive to 9. Ricky Stewart, I'm telling you, has worked 24/7. And for more than 12 months to put the Blues in a situation to win a series for the first time in 6 years. Queensland, the ball is down, the game is over. New South Wales have won Game 2 of Origin 2011. It will go to Queensland now for the decider. What a game. What a captaincy. What a game from Paul Gallen, who wore the number 10, a front rower shirt, for only the 2nd time in his life in a run-on side that I know of. And he was inspirational. It was the talking point. They're going in with 2 front rowers. They're going with a lightweight pack against the juggernaut of Queensland. It can't be done. But it can be done because they've shown that it can. And Gallen really didn't play any different than he would if he had 13 on his back, because he plays like a front row forward all of the time.